My name is Gloria Vasquez Merrick. I'm the Executive Director of the Latino Hispanic American Community Center of the Greater Harrisburg region. So tonight we have the privilege of having our LISTO class of 2018 finish the program and graduate this evening. So let's give them a hand. They've been working very hard for the last 2.5 months, and you know because they're here with us on Thursday nights and they're with us on Saturday, and they're in pouring down rain, doing the high mark walk and all of that. So to get started, we're going to bring them up, and we're going to start with Lucera. Lucera is an alumni of class of 2016, and she is going to be coming up and leading the charge here with the class of 2018. We also have Julissa, class of 2017, and they have been helping with the program ever since they graduated. So they've been very, very helpful alumni, and they continue to help us. Lucera for about 2 years, and Julissa for about a year now. So we hope to pick up some volunteers from the class of 2018. So let's welcome them. Roberto. No music. We should have music, right? Oh, next time. Next time we'll have some music. All right, so thank you all of you for being here. This evening we come together again to celebrate our third class of LISTO graduates. These students will join 25 LISTO alumni for a total of 34 Latino LISTO graduates. We are proud of our 100% retention rate. I know you hear me say that over and over. We have a 100% retention rate, but we're very proud of that because it's a very strenuous program. It requires a lot of dedication and commitment, so we're proud of the fact that despite that, we have a 100% retention rate. And the fact that many of our participants are recommended by former LISTO alumni themselves is also something very special to us. This in itself makes us proud and keeps the program momentum going, so thank you. The goal is to help our youth develop leadership skills, stimulate their interest in community involvement, and to expose our youth to elected and appointed officials and professionals that build self-esteem, confidence, and positively impact our youth's future direction. So thank you for being here this evening to celebrate with us. Few can say that they have been here to celebrate all 3 LISTO graduations since 2016. How many of you can say that? A couple of you. Well, one of those who has been here is our esteemed mayor, the Honorable Eric Pappenfuse. We are very appreciative for his involvement, sharing his leadership success stories and lessons with our youth, and it is truly an honor to have such support. With that, please join me in welcoming to give greetings and remarks our Honorable Mayor Eric Pappenfuse.
Well, thank you, Gloria. Yes, I have been here since the inception of the program, and it is wonderful to see such an important program continue to grow and flourish here in Harrisburg. A special thank you to Gloria and to LHAC for all that the center does for our city. You may not know this, but just this past week we had a hearing in City Hall in which the city is continuing to put forth a desire to help fund the center through our Community Development Block Grant funding. This is a process that's very competitive. It goes through every year. All the sub-applicants have to apply to the city, and LHAC's score has always been near the top. And so we're looking to continue that partnership between the city of Harrisburg and LHAC. And a part of what is so successful is this LISTO program. And it was a real pleasure and joy to be able to speak to all of you and share with you a little bit about my life and my perspective as mayor. And I see in you, without question, the future leaders of tomorrow for our city. And I just want, for the whole group that's assembled, I want to share 2 statistics which I think are perhaps the 2 most positive statistics in the city of Harrisburg right now. And the first is that after 70 years of slow and gradual population decline, ever since the 1950 census, the city of Harrisburg's population every 10 years has decreased and is about half of what it once was. But in this census, in 2020, we're going to start to see the population turn the corner and grow again. And we see that in more people moving into the city, greater tax revenues for the city. It's a really exciting time to be a part of this change in the city. So the growth of our population, that's statistic number one. And statistic number two, which excites me tremendously, is that right now, over the course of the next decade, there are already over $1 billion in planned projects happening within the boundaries of the city of Harrisburg over the next decade. That ranges from a brand new federal courthouse to a new Harrisburg University tower to a complete transformation of the Paxton Creek Greenway and a modernization of the Harrisburg Transportation Center. It's incredibly exciting. It's a wonderful time to be here at the heart of Harrisburg, turning the corner. And the success of our future, our democracy, our government, indeed, here in Harrisburg, really is reliant on you all. I'm hopeful that you will graduate from the program, go on, finish your educations, go to college, but then hopefully come back and be a part of the continued growth of Harrisburg and the leadership, the civic leadership and the civic engagement that is so necessary to our democracy. So I'm proud of each and every one of you. I think this program is absolutely essential to what we're doing here in the city, and it really is an honor to be able to help award these certificates of graduation tonight. Thank you.
We have classroom presentations, community service projects, off-site excursions, and this year we're really excited. The big thing we're excited about this year, and this is all new, is we are EITC approved. So that's the Economic Education Improvement Tax Credits. That means that money can come to help the LISTO program because we have the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval of the Department of Education now. And we already received our first contribution from Capital Blue Cross for the program. We also, part of receiving the EITC funding had to do with us including these 3 new programs. So of course, if it means bringing dollars to the center and bringing dollars to the LISTO program, we immediately accommodated. So the 3 requirements that education has, that we include something on financial skills, and that being the stock market. So now our kids know how to use the stocks and buy stocks, and they'll tell you a little bit about that themselves. Career pathways, we had to partner with a college and do more on career planning, and we did that this past Saturday, as a matter of fact. And then workforce development. They all know how to start a business, right? You all know how to start a business now? So we had Community Economic Development, who had given us the EITC grant, come and talk about how to start a business. So those are the 3 new components to the program this year. And our program is carried out by community leaders and by faculty. So I'm just going to show you some pictures here. So when they say they're at the LISTO class, this is where they are. And they're hard at work. And they have fun too. They play, they have fun, and we reel them back in. And they give presentations, and they work in teams. This is there right now brainstorming what they want to name their stock market team. So they ended up calling it Mafia, and I had to laugh because that was a combination of their initials. So it was Maria, Sophia, and who was the other one?
It was Mafia Preciosa.
Mafia Preciosa, because we have Precious, who is on the team too. But it's kind of fun watching them go through those activities. Like, what are we going to call our team? And then, let's just use our initials. And then we have this real creative team here. It's upside down, but they decided to call themselves the 100s, not broke anymore. And here we have Rafaela giving a presentation here on her stock market team. And then here we have them also doing some presentations to themselves. They also had to present to themselves, and I think they were doing the decision tree. Yeah, you remember. That's good. You get extra points for that. And here they are. And the decision trees are very important. It's all about how to make decisions. And here's Sophia talking, explaining, because they also had to report to the team and give presentations on, the different projects that they had. And this is one of the students, Sophia, giving her presentation. And of course, we always make them hold a sign. We always grab somebody to help market our program. And in the pouring down rain, the Highmark Walk, this was part of the community service project, helping to raise funds for the center through the Highmark Walk, and they went on an excursion at Hack. And they wanted you to know that they were soaking wet. And here they are, and this picture I have to laugh because it looks like they were all trying not to give eye contact in case we were asking a question. So I'm like, why is everybody looking down? I'm like, oh, you didn't want to be called on, right? So, and here's Doreen giving a presentation on the decision tree. And here we are with the community leaders doing a session on a couple different things: civic engagement, you are the future leaders, and learning about the mayor's story, and also doing some work on building relations between police and law enforcement. And this was Trooper Armistad and Captain Oliveira. And here they are. Every session, the way we get them there is because we bribe them. See, over here, we have to bribe them. And so we always have food for them to eat. And they tell us, Richard's always saying to them, what do you guys want to eat? What do you guys want to eat? And so we accommodate that as well. And here is our Honorable Secretary of State, Robert Torres, who is also here today, talking about civic engagement and the importance of voting, among other things. And we have Paul Navarro. He is the president of the chamber. And as we were talking about starting businesses and the importance of knowing how to start a business and working as a community with other business leaders, he is the president of the Latino Chamber of Commerce. And here we have our esteemed mayor giving his presentation on his leadership story and how he got to where he is today. And we have our communications director, Joyce Davis, who Momin works with, and she's talking about how you are the future leaders. You're the future leaders of not only the city of Harrisburg, but Pennsylvania, and possibly the world. And she is the president of the World Affairs Council. And here we had Andy from the Harrisburg, used to be the Harrisburg City Islanders, and now it is called Penn FC. And the soccer team had just come to visit us while during our program, because they wanted to give us free tickets for all of their upcoming games, and they want to begin a strong partnership with the Latino Center and with the LISTO program and with the Latino community. So really proud about that relationship coming to fruition, and they enjoyed meeting the students as well. And here we have the dollar store manager, Elizabeth, the dollar store on Dairy Street, 17th Street. She's the manager. She talked about interviewing skills and the hiring process, and gave the kids some pointers on selection interviewing. And here we have the representatives from Community and Economic Development giving the presentation on developing a business plan. And here we have a group picture with the individuals from Community and Economic Development. And here's Hokebed. Hokebed is the Elizabethtown College recruiter. And we're excited too because Elizabethtown College just started a LISTO scholarship for students who graduate from the LISTO program. And that is with Elizabethtown College. And Esmerai just was awarded a $35,000 scholarship. 30,000, whatever, anyway, total $35,000 in scholarships. Anyway, your scholarships are totaling about $35,000, is that correct? Or, no, I'm not talking about scholarships, I'm talking about Elizabethtown College. Okay, all right. They're not paying part of your tuition? Oh, no, it's more than that, honey. We'll talk. But maybe I'm letting the cat out of the bag, sorry. But anyway, so Hokebed is looking forward to meeting a lot of you and to discussing more about the possibility of you coming to the college. And here we have Aisha. Aisha is here with us this evening and representing the Muslim community and her group. What is the name of your group, Aisha? the Dave Nation. Dave Nation, and then they also brought books in that day. And so the kids got together and they were part of the book fair. They were reading books to the kids, and our kids got to participate in that community service project and to learn about diversity, the Muslim community, Islam, and all those kinds of things. And so it was a very nice, diverse segment that we included in our presentation this year. And so thank you for allowing me to share with you, what the students have gone through. And we look forward to class of 2019. And we hope that you will help us spread the word to include more candidates so we have more students in the class of 2019. So thank you. So with that, we are going to begin to call the students up for our graduation, or the awarding of our graduation certificates. I was going to try to turn this off. Lucero, I'll leave that up to you. Okay. So we will start. I'm going to actually have Lucero and Julissa and Richard, if you could come up and hand out the padfolios. We have a little gift for each of you. Richard will be handing those out. And what we will do is I'm going to have Julissa and Lucero read a little bit about each candidate, just a couple sentences about each one.
So you want to say the name and then
Yeah, we're going to do both at the same time. So the students will be receiving, their graduation certificate of the LISTO program. And they will also be receiving a recognition certificate from the Department of State that will be presented by our esteemed Honorable Robert Torres, the Secretary of the Department of State. So we'll start with the first student, and go ahead, girls.
Okay. Roberto Colon. Roberto is an upcoming junior at SciTech. He aspires to be a wildlife biologist. He enjoys playing video games and boxing, and his favorite subject is science. What he likes most about himself is his dedication, maturity, and independence. His interests include working with animals.
Is a future senior in SciTech High. She's interested in entrepreneurship and psychology. She enjoys painting and drawing, and what she likes most about herself is her sense of humor. Her interests include exploring new things and learn as much as she can. Aims to create and inspire others to be creative, wants to be successful, business that makes a difference, but fun at the same time.
Rafaela Martez. Rafaela is a future SciTech senior. She aspires to be a dental hygienist. She enjoys hands-on activities, and her favorite subjects include Spanish, English, and chemistry. She enjoys helping at a dog shelter. What Rafaela likes the most about herself is her open-mindedness. Her goals and ambitions include growing as a person to help her community.
Joshua Miranda. Josh is an upcoming junior at SciTech. His interests include riding bicycles, playing video games, and he also enjoys math. What he likes the most about himself is his passion to learn and to do new things. He aspires to study for computer science.
Shaelita Mojica. Shaelita is in the 11th grade at SciTech. She enjoys reading, writing, soccer, and what she likes most about herself is that she is calm and analytical. Shaelita is interested in doing work in the publishing industry and wants to pursue a career in medicine.
Maria Ramirez. Maria is an upcoming DC Tech junior. She aspires to be an oncology nurse. Maria enjoys reading books, drawing, and listening to music. Her interests include art and helping people. She likes the most about herself is that she's friendly. Her future goals and ambitions are to finish high school, become a paramedic while being in college, and become an oncology nurse to help cancer patients.
Precious Barrera. Precious is an upcoming junior in the SciTech High School. She enjoys working with kids, and what she likes most about herself is that she's a good friend and a listener. Precious is interested in designing clothes, writing short stories, traveling, working with the less fortunate, and she wants to pursue a career in the medicine as well.
Sophia is an upcoming junior at SciTech High. She aspires to work in the medical field. She enjoys science and Spanish. Her interests include watching YouTube, spending time with family, and ice skating.
Maricela Tenorio. Maricela is a junior in SciTech High. Her career interest is to become a veterinarian, a marine biologist, or a doctor. She enjoys helping people with their necessities, especially translating with poor people in the community. She likes volleyball and drawing. What she likes most about herself is her friendliness and defensiveness. Her interests also include communication and helping others as much as she can.
Okay, I think we're good, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna pass these out. This is a gift that you guys deserve. You guys are all worked hard.
Yeah, he was waiting for you to go over and get them, but that's all right. So he
Oh.
can pass
You want?
them. They were so nervous, they just forgot to go over and get them, that's all.
You guys use them, take notes. You guys work hard.
Will you smile? Can I take one from the front? Will you guys smile? Smile this side first. Smile. Okay, and this side. Ready? Smile. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
All right. So, do you have a few more minutes, Mayor? Do you have a few more minutes? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is, Robert, do you want to do Okay, at this point, we do this every year. We have the kids pick 2 students, or 1 or 2 students that can speak on their behalf, kind of like the valedictorian of the class, or whatever you want to call it, salutatorian. So with that, Nicole was selected to come up and give a few remarks on behalf of her class, and then we will have Josh come up as well. So Nicole?
Okay, wait. Guys, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta get the laughs out. All right. Sorry. Today, I'm here on behalf of my amazing group, as well as my program director, Ms. Merrick, and coordinator, Richard Martinez, to share my experience in the LISTO program. When we first came here, we came in clueless and looked at each other as strangers. Now we are walking out as companions and good friends. We shared ideas and have learned the importance of teamwork thanks to LISTO projects, like working together on purchasing stocks and making decision trees and working together to make the Harrisburg community a better place. Some might even say we sacrificed for the good of LISTO by walking in the pouring rain in the Highmark walls, but so worth it. We can reflect on several lessons that LISTO afforded us. They shared with us that society lacks in multiple areas that this generation has the potential of fixing. Compassion seems to be a difficult characteristic to have. A group of Muslim women reached out to us to teach us about their religion and how Muslims are affected by hurtful stereotypes every day. People judge them without attempting to learn something as simple as their name. Their perspective changed the way I now think, because as it turns out, we learned it's better to ask than to judge without knowing anything about a person. I think we can all better relate the stereotype that society puts on us: Hispanics, Muslims, African Americans, other groups. We learned how to overcome these pressures and strive for change. This program has given us opportunities and the honor of speaking to very important people. So for that, we thank you for such a wonderful experience. We are all honored to be the graduates of LISTO Class 2018. I feel we are now poised to be successful young adults, that success is our only option, but failure is not. Thank you.
enough noise for 300 people, don't we? Okay, and Josh.
Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Miranda. I'm a soon-to-be junior at Harrisburg High School SciTech campus. Being part of the LISTO program has been a real privilege, and I'm really glad I chose to participate because these programs are hard to find in other areas. I found out about this program from my sister, Isma Miranda, who was in the LISTO class of 2017. Seeing her succeed post-graduation from LISTO motivated me to be part of this program. I saw her grow from a high school student to become a leader and community advocate as she volunteered to work on projects such as leading a group of her peers to assist with the Hispanic Heritage Festival and watch her gain scholarships, and win awards such as making the National Honor Society at SciTech. If that is not enough to motivate someone to be part of this program, I don't know what can. I decided I did not want to be outshined by my big sister, so here I am. When I joined the program, I thought it would be a program that only taught basic leadership skills like public speaking and decision making. Instead, the program taught us about the process of starting a business, how the stock market works, about diverse cultures, how to choose a career that feels right, and how anyone can become a leader despite their background or race. We learned from an impressive group of people such as the Secretary of State, our mayor and his team, state police, and many others, including the LHAC team and even LISTO alumni. One thing that stuck with me the most is the importance of respecting others, listening to their stories, and understand how they got where they are today. Someday, I hope to do the same and tell my story about how I went through the LISTO program in high school, and then later, at the age of 36, retire after making lots of money from my investments in the stock market and how I invested into a business of my own. Dreaming big is important, and this program helped me realize that those dreams can come true. And I know if you guys put your mind to it, your dreams can come true too. Also, I want to thank the alumni, the LISTO program director, Gloria Merrick, and her assistant, Richard Martinez. They helped this LISTO program become a success. I also want to thank all the presenters that presented to the LISTO group, and especially my sister who inspired me to join the LISTO. Thank you.
Let's give them another round. They did fantastic. And you know, that is what the LISTO program is all about. And it reminds me of a quote by Warren Buffett. He said, "Let's remember that doing what we do now for our youth," no, he said, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." And that's what we're doing. We're planting trees, and let's remember that what we do now for our youth prepares them for that future success. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Honorable Secretary Robert Torres, Department of State, for some closing remarks.
Thank you, Gloria. Before I share my brief remarks, let me just thank Gloria, because I know Gloria has had a difficult year health-wise, and she does this because it's in her heart, in her soul, to help our community, to help you, and I'm especially proud to work with her, and I'm also thankful that I see you recovering. So thank you for all you do for the center and for the students. Also want to thank our honorable mayor. Mayor has, as he said, has been involved and engaged since the beginning. I especially appreciate that you take, your personal time to come and share your story, share your wisdom and advice, because that's important. And I also agree with the mayor that getting involved, well, I mentioned it last week, as the chief election official in Pennsylvania, you have to get involved. I share with the mayor that late last year we started a program called the Governor's Civic Engagement Award. And basically, all we were trying to do is get high school students that were eligible to vote, to register to vote. And we had about 32 schools that participated, and we have almost 3,000 students that registered to vote. So there's a lot more schools, a lot more students to work on throughout Pennsylvania, but that was a nice start. And again, it's something that I have to encourage you, when you're 17, ready to hit 18, register to vote, and more importantly, vote. I reminded them last week that women have only had the right to vote for less than 100 years. And I keep repeating that because that's something you cannot take for granted, right? And even African Americans, when they got the right to vote, they still had to deal with all the racism and the prejudice and all the ways different groups would try to stop them from voting. So it wasn't until a law was passed, the Civil Rights Act, that, you know, discrimination based on race and gender was not permitted. So I thank you. I thank you. I congratulate you for taking the time to develop yourself personally, to meet individuals that can encourage you, motivate you in whatever your fields are. I agree with you. Dream big. Don't ever let anybody stop you from doing that, because that's how you set those goals, and you start figuring out, how do I get it? And I hope you do become a billionaire by 32. That'd be great. I didn't do it, obviously, but I think that's the way you do it. You keep dreaming, and you keep working, and you work hard, and take help or ask for help when you need it. Last week I told you could call me anytime, and some people think, well, he's just saying that. No, I've actually helped students. If they have picked up the phone or emailed me, if there's any way I can help you, I'm more than happy to do that. So I know I'm the last one between you and the food, so I'm going to say again, congratulations, and thank you for being a part of the program, and I wish success to all of you.
And that's all we have for you this evening. We, again, thank you so much for being a part of this program. And we also want to give a round of applause to all the parents, all our guests here. Thank you. And do we have any faculty members that were part of the faculty? Aisha, I know you were one of the presenters, and I know that you did a great job, as it was remarked by the students. And Robert, thank you. And second, thank you, Mayor Pappenfuse. With that, let's have some fellowship and enjoy the rest of the evening, and let's congratulate our 2018 LISTO graduates. So thank you.